cafe anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 2185. 2185. And Mike Matthews. This show is called
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And I sing a little bit at the beginning of the show. Ain't that great? It's Mike Matthews and I'm singing. And I'm stuck. Wait, I just came up with something to rhyme with that last verse stanza. Time has flown by, and I can't think of anything else to say. So,
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Except I've been watching some Netflix lately and watching the Fran Lebowitz
Mike's
being interviewed
Daily
by Martin Scorsese,
Podcast.
as well as Stanley.
Yeah!
Spike Lee and Stanley. Why didn't that ever happen? Then there's Olivia Wilde interviews her, and who else is in there? Alec Baldwin. And they talk to her, and she's in her 70s, just hit 70, and she's very opinionated, has a very interesting take on the world. Doesn't want to be bothered by things that a lot of us say that we need to be bothered by. Like, she's like, why do I have to take a vacation? I live in New York. Everything I need is here, and it's too much effort. She just doesn't. She's like a lazy individual. She wrote like 3 books, and then before that though, she wrote an article for Interview magazine, which was Andy Warhol's magazine, and there was another one too, Mademoiselle. And she says this funny thing about how she didn't like Andy Warhol, even though she worked with him. And then she sold a bunch of his work to pay for work that she needed done on her apartment. And then like a week later, Andy Warhol dies. And basically all the artwork that she sold quadrupled, in price.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Multiplied by several million, probably. As we look at the podcast picture, the podcast picture today is of something on my Half Moon Bay trip that I took about a little over a month ago, when we rode the horses. Seems like it was years ago. Well, it was last year anyway. One interesting thing that Fran said that I didn't really agree with is that she just, and once again, she's just a very lazy individual at heart. At the same time, very smart. Basil was very smart. The late, great Basil the boxer. He got my lazy, took us out of the house to go on walks. Thank you, Basil. Thank you. But one thing she said is that if she wasn't good at something, she would just give up. Like, she loved the cello, and she wanted to continue playing the cello in school. They gave her a cello they let her borrow one, the school did. And she was playing it, and then the school said, okay, well, you reached a certain age, now you either have to buy a cello, well, you have to give this cello back to us, but if you want to keep playing the cello and taking cello classes, you must buy the cello, or buy a cello. And so she told her parents, hey, I really want this cello. And they said, okay. And she overheard them discussing back and forth if they should spend the money to buy a cello. It was going to be really expensive. And the dad didn't make much money. And then she said to the parents, no, you don't, just forget it, because I'm not that good at it. I'm never going to be that good at it. It's so defeatist. It's a lot of what she thinks. And yet she's looked upon as this guru. She gets a lot of her quotes have been put on coffee mugs and stuff like that. She's very New York. And young people know about her, even though I don't think she has a Twitter page, because she doesn't understand Twitter. She can't do Twitter. She doesn't have a smartphone. She can't talk via the internet. The only way she is seen, basically, is when she is interviewed by these big celebrities who hire with hold her with high regard. Hold her with high regard is what I mean to say. But gosh, the way she's just so down on herself, it's crazy. And then she'll say stuff like, I'm not worried about the climate change or anything because I'm going to be dead in 10 years. But I know a lot. But you know what? That type of person, as annoying as that is very attractive. Because there's a part of our brain that just wants it all to be just easy and lazy and blah. Oh, by the way, have you noticed I'm not talking any politics today? I'm staying away from it. And I'm telling you why. It's just that this is now starting to get... All of a sudden, I'm starting to feel a little bit... As much as I detest what our president did last week, inciting a riot, basically, and insurrection and sedition and all that, it's now... It feels like it's turned a corner where... The different take, well, what am I trying to say? The different course of action, that's what I'm trying to say. The course of action that both political parties are taking right now, it's just not even worth talking about. And being that I am not a politician, or really, I don't know that much about politics, I have a long memory, and I can remember back to like the day that Nixon resigned because my mom, we were driving in the car. We had just been to a record store. I think it was called The Warehouse. It was somewhere in Van Nuys. So big record store. Or had we gone shoe shopping? I forget. And she goes, I got to get back home. We got to get back home because I got to watch the president resign. That's about as far back as I go. But yeah, what's the point at this point is what I'm saying. I'm very Fran Lebowitz right now. I'm like, what is the point? If I just keep discussing this, it's just going to keep making me angry and you angry, and that's not really the point of this podcast. It's to try and heal. Heal. Like what you would tell your dog to do, heal. Actually, I never told Basil to heal. I would say stay, and that pretty much did the same thing. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we were bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Today, it's very overcast. It rained on me a little bit. I enjoyed it. I saw my friend Joe. I talked to some people, and I'm like, you know what? This is more of my speed. I don't need to be angry. Washington's always going to make me angry, not the state. The state is beautiful. There's beautiful trees, and it feels like Scandinavia, and I love it. The DC is what I'm worried about. Although it's a beautiful city to visit, I suggest if you've never been, don't go because the president tells you to go so that you can march on the Capitol and cause problems. No, go sometime on an off year is what I suggest. And take a look around and enjoy it. When we're able to do this, let's look at the benefits of life right now, okay? First off, I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't really want to do a podcast today. Because of the clouds and the rain and all that, I was just not into it. But then suddenly something kicked me. It said, do it, Mike, do it. So here I am. Okay. Be thankful. First off, wearing the mask, for me anyway, has kept me pretty healthy. In 2020, I didn't catch anything. Just at the beginning of the year, had a bit of a cold or something. I don't know, maybe it was the coronavirus, but it was before the pandemic was legitimately on our soil. But you know what? The mask is good for keeping stuff out of your face that you know what? We're being a lot more protective of that, and that's a good thing. I'm glad I'm not traveling. I'm not paying a lot of money for flights. I hate flying. Once I'm up in the sky and looking down and I see and I got to have a window seat, and I'm looking down and and I got to travel during the day because I want to see the sights. I want to see the beautiful mountains. I think I know what that landmark is. I enjoy that. I don't like flying. I mean, and this is something Fran Lebowitz brought up was, the reason why she hates flying is because she remembers back when, like, they served lobster on a plane. They did. They served you delicious food on the plane because all the airlines charged, there was a ticket price that was fixed, so nobody could charge more or less. So everybody got basically the same service, is what she said. Now, I don't remember this. I was too young, but yeah, you had good food. People dressed up to be on the plane. Oh, yeah, because the airlines were trying to give you other reasons to fly them. So they would give away a lot of stuff for free, basically. I do remember that. I remember getting off a plane. I was just a kid, and I had, like, toys. The flight attendants had given me toys, little planes, a bag, like a carry-on, little carrying tote type thing. It was awesome. So be thankful you're not flying. Be thankful you're not catching as much stuff, hopefully. Be thankful you don't have to go through all the awkwardness. You know, if you don't like to smile a lot, this is a good time for you. You don't have to do a fake smile because no one can see your smile. You don't have to do the fake smile. I hate the fake laugh and I hate the fake smile. I am not capable of either. If you make me laugh, it's a genuine laugh. You've made me laugh. Congratulations. If you make me smile, it's a genuine smile for the most part. I think, because if I try and do a fake smile, it just comes out awkward. It's an awkward smile. No, it's pretty much genuine. So no fake smile, no traveling long distances, flying. Don't have to worry about that. And don't have to worry about, as much traffic. I've been saying that over and over again, how much I love that. Those are the positive points. At some point, that's all going to go. And then we'll be happy that we can walk around without masks again, and we can show each other our smiles again. Because there is a psychological point to that, where a genuine smile can really make your day. There's something good about that. Ooh, the other Netflix thing I'm watching, maybe I'll get into this next show, is this one, Surviving Death. It's about people who have died and come back, and about how they have found that these situations have actually happened where the brain activity has turned off. Basically, this person has died, and somehow they are revived and come back. And it's happened more and more over the years since CPR has become more prevalent. More people know how to be resuscitated, and medicine, the technology in medicine has brought people back. But that there is, even when the brain is completely off, technically you're dead, but the consciousness continues, and people are able to see things around the room, that kind of thing. Very interesting. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've been watching this, and it's incredibly well filmed, and they do some amazing special effects in it. One of them, there was a story of a woman who was on a canoe, in a little canoe, or actually one of those kayaks, and she was river kayaking through the rapids, and she lost control and somehow went over a huge waterfall, and then was pushed down by the water of the waterfall and basically was drowned, and then came back to life. But the scene where they do her going over you're seeing it from her point of view going over this waterfall. I don't know how they did that. Hey, look, we're outside a cafe anyway, so check that out. Not to do all these plugs for Netflix, but here's a slug for Netflix. You really have nothing other than those two things I just mentioned. There's nothing else to watch on you. Look who's here. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. Well, Mike Matthews, you didn't talk politics today. No. You're welcome. Can I have a snow globe? No, Mike Matthews. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, how about you working from home? Do you like that too? Mm-hmm. It's difficult. It's a bit of a psychological thing when you're working from home, because you never stop working because the computer's always there. And hey, did you know the other day was National Take the Stairs Day? Quick, 6 reasons to take the stairs. Stair climbing burns more calories than jogging. Yes, look it up. It's true. Stair climbing reduces the risk of stroke. Men who reported climbing the equivalent of at least 20 flights per week, there was a recognizable reduction in their risk of stroke over the long term. This was in addition to any benefits they may have had from other forms of regular exercise. Stair climbing improves cardiovascular fitness. Duh. Stair climbing strengthens muscles. Duh. And stair climbing is an easy way to combat a sedentary lifestyle. Plus, you don't have to listen to elevator music. Where I work, when I get back into the office, I cannot go up the stairs to get into my office because they've locked the door in such a way that no key works. It's really a hazard. But that's the people that own the building. I can get out. I can go down the stairs and get out just fine because they don't have a lock on that door that lets you out. I don't think legally they can. So... Oh, one quick political thing at the end. So, conservative talk show hosts, now what they have to complain about is that social media companies are, you know, they finally permanently discontinued Trump's Twitter account. And apparently what's the big conservative social media platform? Starts with a P. Anyway, that one has been discontinued because it's on an Amazon server and Amazon doesn't want it to be. But the thing is that these are companies, they don't have to do, they're not FCC run. Like a radio station has to, it's the airwaves, the public airwaves. So they got to watch what they do. And believe me, there's a lot of rules and such they got to follow. TV too, but come on, Twitter, it's free. It's a free account. What did he ever put any money into Twitter? Just, I guess, people use Twitter because he was on there. But did he ever pay for it? No. I just don't understand that. That line of complaint is ridiculous to me. Start your own platform. Whatever this platform is that just got canceled, that's right wing. They don't have to use Amazon. They can use somebody else. They can find someone. I don't know who they can use, but I'm just sick of hearing of them complain about the Silicon Valley and the tech industry is censoring them. Well, there's a good reason. There was 6 people died last Wednesday because of stuff that was getting put on their platforms that was inciting a riot. It's as simple as that. I gave you everything I just said was a fact. So why they don't understand that, go start your own social network. I've been saying that for years on this podcast. Why does it just have to be Mark Zuckerberg that's got a social media account, a social media empire? Why can't, Twitter's stuck around, even though they were before Mark. There's other people can get out there and do it. That's the free market system. Am I wrong? Tell me. 336 Daily. 3 plus 3 equals 6. As in Mike Matthews. Daily as in what this podcast tries to be. And I have my own website, MikesDailyPodcast.com, that I pay for. And with more on that, it's A-Frame.
Something?
Hey, wait a minute. You're not Ariel at the end of the podcast. Your lovely lady friend.
Hi, Mike.
And we're outside a cafe anyway. Look who else is here. Hello, lovely lady friend. It's Chely Shoehart, the gift shop supervisor. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, Chely. It's a little cold today.
It is. It's like really cold. I hate it out here. I'm going back inside.
Yeah, it's nice and warm.
Hello, lovely lady friend. It's Floyd the Floorman.
Hey, Floyd.
I'm sweeping up the dirt.
I watch your back there. I don't know. That technique looks a little danger prone.
This is how I was taught to do it. And this is John Deere, the engineer. Yes, lovely lady friend. It's good to have you on the show.
Aw, hi, John.
You're welcome.
Dear.
Thank you. Awesome. So you've talked to everybody.
It's packed here today.
I was just discussing at the very end. I didn't get too political on this podcast, but I was discussing how at the end here that the social media thing, the way Republicans criticize social media and the tech industry, it's just idiotic to me. If you don't like Twitter, start your own Twitter. Start your own Parler. It was called Parler that got... Is that completely off now?
Booted. Apparently it is.
it's ridiculous to me. Start your own. Don't, just make a server in your basement that people can go to. Start your own website. I started a website, MikesDailyPodcast.com. It's not like a social thing, but I mean, people can go on it and leave a comment, I think. Sort of. Yeah, you got to get it. It's a WordPress thing, but yeah. Dang it.
Yes, but that defeats the whole purpose of complaining and being able to to raise hell and blame someone.
Oh, okay.
That takes the joy out of that part.
Uh-huh. Do you find overall people are talking about this much, or do they care?
Talking about Parler?
About the division in our country?
Oh, yeah. I think... You mean the people I've been talking to?
That's what I was alluding to, was people you talk to in general.
Yes. It's hard not to. I mean, God, this is the world we're living in, unless we got our heads in the sand.
That's right. I hate having my head in the sand.
I don't like when it gets in my teeth.
Yeah. Oh, no. When I was a kid, I had my head buried in the sand once or twice. That's how kids were back in the 70s. Be thankful you're not living in the 70s. Yeah. So
Who buried you in the sand?
Kids,
What
my
kids?
best friend buried my head in the yeah. Thought I was an ostrich. No, but sand gets in your ears and it's very annoying.
Very annoying.
So why do people do it? And the other thing today is, the echo chamber. We go to news channels and stuff that only echo what we want to. I mean, you should. This is the thing that I love it when people say this. It's absolutely true. You need to check out all kinds of different media. See what the people you disagree with are saying. See what the people that are full of nonsense and stupidity are saying, and you'll learn from them. So it's just, yeah. Anyway, it's good having you here.
Thank you, love. I'm sorry, I'm a little, not as talkative today.
No, you're not.
As responsive.
Is it me? Is it because I'm hogging up the whole thing?
No. I'm just a little tired.
Yeah.
As you know, I haven't been able to sleep as well. And yeah, I just finished my shift.
You're working from home too.
Yes.
I was talking about how weird that is to work from home. You don't have, it's nice in that you don't have the commute, but then you don't have any boundaries either.
Well, yeah. Not that you don't have any boundaries.
You can make them, but...
Yeah, you have to make them.
You have to
They're
make them.
different.
That's true.
It takes more effort.
Yeah. But...
more vigilance.
So I have an office.
Attention.
I have an office I can go to.
You do. I say this is your man cave.
Yes. Outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcaster Valley.
Yes.
No, but
It's
where
wonderful.
I work, I have an office where I work. In real life.
Yes.
So I can go there. And actually, I took a really beautiful picture the other day of a sunset.
Oh, I think I saw it.
From
Yeah.
there. But I'm not going to post that.
You always take such good pictures.
I'm going to post a picture from our Half Moon Bay trip.
Which one?
The last one with the horses.
Oh, with the horses? Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
So, anybody... Do you know anybody that listens to this, by the way? Any of your
Yes.
friends?
Of my friends?
Yeah.
Probably, I think, yeah.
Someone that... Do you want to do a shout-out to them?
Rita.
Rita doesn't listen to this.
I think, well, maybe not all the time, but I think she has listened.
Rita, if you are listening, so here's the deal. I've been doing this now. This year will be 10 years for this particular podcast.
No way.
I've been podcasting for over 10 years, but
It's amazing.
So she does one Facebook Live and gets all these people that watch her. And if I ever try to do a Facebook Live, I've never done it. But
She did a Facebook Live?
Didn't she? And then she'd like 20 people were watching her? You told me something she was doing about a special topic.
Oh, no. But that was an appointment that she already had.
Oh.
Yeah, no. This wasn't something she was doing on her Facebook page.
Oh. Well, she's going to be...
She was meeting with Facebook staff.
I see her, and I see you, too, someday maybe being on one of these shows. You're going to be the next Dr. Phil.
No. Love, I freeze. I freeze when you put a microphone in front of me. Forget about a camera.
I just freeze every time you see through me, and it's all over you. Electric blue. On my knees, help me, baby, tell me what can I do? Burm. Electric blue. That's for all you Australians listening.
Oh.
Because that band was from Australia. Ice House.
I remember that song.
Song that had John Oates of Hall & Oates singing on it.
Really?
Yeah, he's in the background going, on my knees.
He's the one that does that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Love, you're full of all these facts.
I didn't throw down any 80s knowledge on this show yet, so thank you. I got a very extensive 80s Australia library in my brain because I knew a couple people that went to Australia for, what do you call it, a student exchange program. Mm-hmm. And they came back with all this music. Like, have you heard of this band? Have you heard of this band? Have you heard of Midnight Oil? And then, like, right when they're telling me about Midnight Oil, all of a sudden Midnight Oil got popular with, how can we dance when our beds are burning? How can we sleep when our beds are burning? Didn't sing that right. And Pat Garrett, the lead singer of that band, was bald before bald was fashionable. Now I'm bald and everybody's bald, but you're not bald.
No.
Wait, I wanted to cut you off because you were telling me about this plant queen guy, woman, man, person.
Yes.
With the bun, man bun.
Yes.
Or maybe it's a woman bun.
Yes.
He wears kimonos.
Yes.
What's he called?
Christopher... I don't remember their last name.
I don't know. How do you pronounce that again? Christopher...
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, so you've learned a lot about plants today.
I did. I mean, hey, for me, who I'm a plant care novice. Mm-hmm. I mean, up until this point, I really haven't. I just didn't have much of an interest in taking care of plants. And the plants that I did have in the past, I was notoriously bad at just underwatering them, or I would overwater them, and they just wouldn't last long. But I would say over the last couple of years, I actually have been able to keep a couple of plants alive. So I've been taking these little classes on, it's a website called Skillshare. I'm doing a plug for them.
Ah.
But there are online classes on a whole range of subjects. So people who are professionals in a particular field or subject, like photography, architecture, interior design, whatever it is, creative writing, they have these classes. So anyway, I signed up for this thing, and I saw this class, and I thought, oh, it sounds interesting. And yeah, I feel like I learned quite a bit of practical tips, and they're easy things to do. You don't have to be like this crazy horticulturalist.
Yeah, you were saying something about if the leaves are brown, you throw the plant out.
No, yes, exactly. You just throw it out. Forget it.
No, what's that mean when it's brown?
Well, there's a couple of he had a couple of suggestions for diagnosing common plant problems: yellow leaves, brown leaves. But do you want me to go into all the? I don't want to bore people.
So there you go, everybody. That's what
Skillshare.
It's Skillshare. Okay. Well, thank you, my love, for stopping by.
You're welcome. I heard you.
Woo.
Outside a cafe anyway, and I thought I would stop by and get some coffee.
Slow clap. Thank you.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com.
Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!